The impact player rule. Some say outside of Hardik Pandya's transfer and MS Dhoni's retirement, it is the most debated topic in the IPL universe over the past couple of seasons. So fair to say, it has had quite the impact on the cricket world. But is it a rule for keeps? Should it stay? Does it do more good to the game or bad? It's a question we've posed quite a few times. Tom Moody, who's been an IPL winning coach in the past, wasn't the biggest fan.
It gave an advantage to those that had a poor option and didn't create balance in a squad and flexibility as you move around the country for different conditions against different opponents. That's the first thing. The second thing that came to mind was, what about the all-rounders from a domestic standpoint? What's happening to the vision around developing all-rounders? Because suddenly they become nearly redundant unless they're premium, like a Hardik Pandya style or Jadeja style all-rounder.
That's Tom's take, but his dear friend and fellow ESPNcricinfo panelist during IPL 2024 and also four-time IPL winner Mitchell McLennigan had quite a few arguments in favour of the rule.
In the past, when you got the top 5 or 6 batters out, the game was done dinner. Like it was a dead duck walking, right? So, and then it was boring. It kind of stretched out, and you lost the excitement of tuning in for the last 4. When you have the impact sub, there's always another batter. It makes it more difficult for bowlers. So when you're talking about bowler development, which I think is a key area in India, basically, really, you've only got Bumrah who can bowl death. So now you're getting like more exposure to harder overs at the end of the innings, which is only going to make Indian cricket's death bowling in the future better.
Tom and Mitch not agreeing upon something. Well, that wasn't a first. So we posed the same question to our staffers at ESPNcricinfo. Should the impact player rule stay in the IPL?
Keep the impact player rule in the IPL. I think it makes for a high scoring spectacle, which is what the wider audience likes. But definitely remove the impact player rule from the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, which is where India can really develop their all-round strength.
I vote to scrap it. Batting lineups are too long. There are too many runs being scored. You have teams 5 down on the power play and then scoring 200. So let's get some sense back in the game.
Does the IPL really need something like a prop, like an impact player, which doesn't really create a level playing field? If you remove the impact player, what happens? You play the best 11 against the best 11. And I really feel that for the sake of Indian cricket and also the competition, the impact player rule goes.
Impact player, time to go. Time to re-reward multi-skilled players, incentivize them for the sake of Indian cricket. Also, let's simulate the game like it's played at the international level. Let's have lower order batters getting a hit, working on their batting. That's something that just went away when you had the cushion of the extra batter. It served its purpose. Now it's time to go do away with it.
So the jury is clearly out on this one. As you can see, those who've played the game, those who work on the game, opinions just split about the impact player rule. For what it's worth, the reason I am not a huge fan of it is because you look at the scores from IPL 2024 and they seem way too distant from what is the norm in T20 cricket across the globe. So my vote, if at all it counts anywhere, is against the impact player rule, but who cares about that? You tell us, what do you think? Should the impact player rule stay or go?